What do we have for Capricorn? Eight of Cups, Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading, Cap. There's a cycle that's closing out in your life. And I feel that a lot of this has to do with family dynamics, friend dynamics, things that you've essentially always known that you're now having to leave behind in order to truly step into the person you were always meant to be. There's a lot of energy that I'm getting here based off of projection coming in from some of these past cycles, let's say family members. It's as if right now the universe wants you to harness this raw faith. There's seeds that people want to try and plant into your mind in order to get you to self-sabotage. But it's very important that you remain very forward focused right now, Cap, and leave these energies behind. There's a lot of people suffering based off of the success you're heading towards. And the reason why these people are suffering is because you having this level of success in your life shines the light on how little these people truly supported you. And I am picking up on heavy family dynamics here. What do we have at the sacral? Wow. 8 of Cups to 9 of Pentacles, and this is where it's leading. Some of you might already be in this energy. Virgo with this 9 of Pentacles. The only way you're going to be able to pull this off, or the only way you've been able to pull this off, depending on where you are on the timeline, is by leaving these energies behind. You cannot attain this when you are still holding on to these unsupportive individuals in your life. You have a lot going for you right now, Cap, but this is also calling for a heightened sense of discernment. You need to be more protective of yourself. You need to reconsider some of the connections you have in your life, because though some of these people might be smiling in your face, I feel that when you turn your back to them, it's a whole different story. And these are usually the people that will have a dragging effect, so to speak, on you being able to level up, because you're essentially investing your energy into people you think that support you, but behind your back, it's a completely different story. This will be the deciding factor whether or not you have success in your life. Because when you fail to recognize that they don't actually support you, you allow these individuals to have some sort of an influence in your life merely by sharing with them, merely by inputting their advice into what you're doing. And I feel this is really close to home, Cap. It feels like people that are in your everyday life, or people that you would never expect would do this to you. And these are always the worst kinds because they fly under the radar. They're hard to detect. But it's these individuals that when detected and you release, you start to see we're holding back the floodgates of this success from making its way towards you. Some of these individuals might even be people that you make up excuses for. There's some sort of comfortability with a lot of you and these people. It just feels really close, Cap. What do we have at the solar plexus? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the solar plexus. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm feeling. There's this blocked energy that I'm picking up from your solar plexus. It's like you feel powerless to these individuals in some capacity here. These are the kinds of people that always expect you to be there for them when they need you. And in some cases, there's nothing wrong with that. However, this is completely different. These are people that just drain you of your life force, leave you with nothing. So you're not able to actually work on things having to do with your life, your purpose, your calling. There's a very hasty, impatient energy that I'm picking up here from these people. Very chaotic, very frustrating. And I'm also picking up here for a lot of you that these people seem to show up at the most optimum time, meaning that it seems to be whenever you're about to pull something off, or when you're working on something, or you're about to have some sort of level up, something along these lines here. It's like this energy comes through in the 11th hour and they fly under the radar because they're so close to you, and they just have a way of just destroying everything. And I feel that this has gone unnoticed, which sounds like a strange thing to say because how can this go unnoticed? But Cap, I've personally been through this and I do know how this works. Again, when people are so close to you, it's very hard to see the forest for the trees, right? You don't understand the magnitude of something until you're outside of the forest, outside of the fishbowl. Look at things from this higher universal perspective. You're really being called to do this right now. If you're still stuck inside these dynamics and you're not seeing growth in your life, or you feel like something's stuck, you need to start reevaluating all of the relationships in your life. From the ground up, every single relationship needs to be audited in your life, Cap. Because if you're putting the work in and day out, and you're not seeing the growth, there's something you're missing. And for a lot of you, it's right underneath your nose. It's nothing you're doing wrong. It's something external to you. Knight of Wands at the solar plexus. It's like you feel powerless to this energy in your life. What do we have at the... Wow. Perfect. The star, Aquarius energy at the heart. And then the floodgates open. See how this energy is standing in your way here? And they're wearing this yellow cloak, so to speak, right? It's like they're wearing your confidence, solar plexus energy. They're stealing your confidence away from you, stealing away your drive. For some of you, this is going to be a toxic sibling, some other family member. That's what's being highlighted here intuitively, but it can really be anybody. It could be somebody that you even deemed at one point in time as a brother or a sister in your life, somebody close to you. You're on your way to success, Cap. Star at the heart. This is you being in the spotlight of your life, aligning, right? No matter what it is you do, it's just symbolizing you finally coming into yourself. And this person right here has something to say about it. But this person will never tell you this to your face. Instead, they'll create distractions to try and knock you off path. It's like this energy is also trying to get inside your head. You know, this is the kind of person that to your face would tell you they support you and then go home and start trolling you from fake email accounts, telling you that you're fake and a phony and to give it up, whatever sector it is you work in, right? And then maybe the next day you see them and you're like, oh my God, this person was emailing me, trolling me, telling me that I'm horrible at what I do, meaning your craft or whatever it is you're working on. And that person's looking you in the face like, oh my God, who would do that? This is what I'm picking up here. For a lot of you as well, you've recently had some sort of recognition or success in your life. There's just an indication here that you're moving forward. There's growth. But now you're being called, Cap, you have to start cleansing your environment, people, places, things, behavioral patterns, whatever it is for you. For a lot of you, it's going to be a collection of things. But it's like you need to lighten your load, get rid of the drag. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. 9 of Wands, Sag energy, creating boundaries, getting rid of the drag at the throat. I feel like it's time to speak your truth. However this may be showing up for you. Some of you may need to vocalize this, depending on how bad these individuals' behavior are in your life. It's going to be different for all of you. But this 9 of Wands is falling out at the throat position, and the 9 of Wands is all about keeping and maintaining boundaries with people that are trying to hold you back. There's also an energy here where you really need to keep the faith right now, Cap, because I feel for some of you, these situations you're dealing with are truly testing you. They're truly wearing you down for some of you. These are cycles that you've been stuck in your entire life. It's like you're finally breaking free of this. Pay attention to how you feel when you communicate with certain people. Does your stomach start to twist in knots? Do you feel something happening to your energy? Do you start to feel anxious or start to suffer with anxiety? In some cases, it's hard to pinpoint who this may be, but I promise you that if you just took some time out and went it alone for a minute, Cap, essentially went into hermit mode without having the hermit card on the table here, what you will find is that all of this goes away. The anxiety will start to go away. You won't be anxious anymore. You won't feel energetically attacked. And this is tricky when you start to have this realization, because then you start to think about everybody in your life and you're like, oh my God, who is it? Who is causing me to feel that way? This is what I'm getting here for you, Cap. I just heard self-preservation. You really need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your spiritual, mental, and physical well-being right now, Cap. And then maybe add back one person at a time if you have to. Give it a minute. God, I just heard give it a spell, right? For a spell of time. There's some sort of past life energy that I'm picking up here, Cap. And when you do put some time between you and adding back people into your life, Cap, also pay attention to how people might be reacting towards you when you decide to do this. Because I feel that the person or the people that are causing these blockages for you in your life are going to reveal themselves to you. What do we have at the third eye? Oh, wow. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And again, I probably couldn't have asked for a better card to follow everything I just said. Queen of Swords. This is a no BS kind of energy. Follows this Nine of Wands perfectly, because here you are creating these boundaries, and now here you are, self-preservation, protecting yourself. Right? It's like you have your sword up and you're like, why are you here? It's very protected energy, but all business. Queen of Swords can be a very cold-hearted energy, but this is a necessary action to take in order to find that bad apple. A lot of you Caps have been turned into pushovers. You've given too much of yourself. And now that you're pulling back and not being so compassionate towards people that are hurting you without your knowledge, this seems to be a big problem. But Cap, this is the necessary ingredient to this success. I've never come across somebody who has been striving for success in their life and didn't have at least one person in their environment holding them back. Every single person at some point in their life has dealt with this narcissistic energy. It's in the collective. True success for you, Cap, is not going to come without some sort of fight or awakening in order to recognize what it is that's always been holding you back. For some of you, it could be some shadow work you need to do as well. But again, it's usually going to be a whole bunch of different things. You know, if it is family dynamics, maybe there was a specific way that your parents raised you that wasn't conducive to you having this level of success in your life. And now you're heading in this direction, and one or maybe both of these parents have a problem with it. Maybe you're going to be going further than them. Maybe this is a sibling or another family member, but I think you guys can get what I'm putting down here. But at the end of the day, you need to put yourself first. Anybody who makes you feel like you need to put their feelings before your own, well, they're really showing you who they are, Cap. Third eye, all related to how you perceive your waking life. You need to be honest with yourself. Take off the rose-colored glasses, so to speak. I just heard as well, the rose-colored glasses comment. We'll speak more on this. It could even be somebody you're romantically linked to, somebody that's holding you back. What do we have at the crown? Oh, wow. That card felt like it floated out of my hand. 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy at the crown. See, in this card, we can see somebody who's focused on losing quantity, but not realizing that there's quality right behind them, right? You have a lot waiting for you, Cap. And I feel like these energies here are going to do and say whatever they have to make sure that you don't head in this direction here. This could represent some sort of bitter or frustrating marriage. It can also represent some sort of deceit or treachery or ill will towards you and the path that you're on. It's also representing all kinds of anxieties and troubles from unexpected and unsuspected sources. Everything that I've been speaking about. And Cap, the realization that this is what's been taking place in your life, no matter how bright your path may look as you press forward in your life, always hurts. It's never easy to deal with this. But the divine will repay you for everything you've gone through, Cap. And there will come a point in the future that you look back and you'll start to realize that everything had to happen exactly the way it did to get you to where you are. And there'll be nothing that you would ever want to change about it. Because a lot of the struggles you've been through are going to be a part of where you're going. Because I always say, our greatest struggles that we have in our life always have something to do with where the divine is trying to lead us to. It's like you need this experience where you're going. You know, there's so many different ways this can show up, but it's the wisdom, it's the experience that you now hold. It's going to be a crucial element that unlocks the door to this success for you. What do we have at the foundation, please? Unbelievable. The Tower. Visago. Aries, Mars, Scorpio energy at the foundation of the reading. And the Tower from this deck is very different than it is from this deck. Right? The Tower from this deck represents some sort of destruction to these false securities that you have in your life. The universe coming through and arranging things behind the scenes to remove you from this cycle that you've been in for far too long. Tower energy. It's a wake-up call. It's a revelation. But from this deck here, this energy is trying to stop this from happening. trying to stop you from stepping into this star energy. This is exactly what this represents, and it's right underneath this Eight of Cups. They're trying to stop you from walking away and aligning with your purpose, aligning with your path, aligning with your North Node, aligning with your destiny. And it's right there at the foundation of the reading, the foundation, the root chakra, representing things that you once deemed as elements of your stability. So people close to you. This is you not being able to imagine these people not in your life. They're the ones that are doing this. What do we have at the sacral? Too many cards. The Moon. Three of Pentacles. Wow. Seven of Swords. So the Moon, all related to things that are hidden from you, but they're going to start coming to the light. And this Three of Pentacles, it's like my bull in a china shop card, right? Like I was saying, this is that energy that comes through in the 11th hour. Wait. You can't go, right? They create some sort of chaos. I need you, right? And then the Seven of Swords, it's like this very underhanded, deceptive energy. Okay, let's keep going. What do we have at the sacral? Too many cards. King of Cups. Six of Swords. This energy of emotional abuse. Energy of stagnancy. And there it is. Ten of Cups. Furfur, your family. This can also represent marriages. Again, it's just indicating people very close to you. People that you once considered a part of your community. These are people that you're starting to realize that you have misaligned values with. There's a lot of stress in these relationships, and I don't feel it's you at all, Cap. But they'll make it seem that way. They'll make it seem like you're the common denominator, right? But that's usually a clear indication that you're holding some sort of black sheep energy. When you know you're not doing anything wrong, but you're being singled out by a whole community of people, you're like, am I just not seeing something clearly? Is there something wrong with me, right? They make you feel that way, but it's actually them. It's not you. That's a chosen kind of energy. Again, black sheep energy. That's the energy of somebody who's supposed to go it alone for a while until you align with like-minded people. Just because you were born into a particular family, Cap, or just because these friends have been in your life forever, this does not mean that you're on the same page. This does not mean that you need to sacrifice your happiness and your purpose just to keep them happy. And for a lot of you, this is what you have been doing up until now. This is over with. It must end before we go into 2024. 2024 is going to be like no year we've ever experienced. It's going to be the year of Christ consciousness, all of us coming online to our purpose, to our true power, and the meaning to why we're actually here. So all of this energy right now needs to start being eradicated. It's like an energy where the divine is trying to prepare you, trying to get you to release any sort of residual energies that will do nothing but hold you back once you step through this new portal and into the new year. You have to put yourself first, Cap. And again, like I said earlier, anybody who makes you feel bad for doing that is just showing you who they really are. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the solar plexus. These people are very, very envious of you, Cap, and they're dependent on your energy. It's like if they can't go with you, then they don't want you going. These people are very scared. I can feel it in the energy. They don't want to be left behind. But the only reason why they're being left behind is because they're not putting the work in. They're not surrendering to the divine. Most of these people, if not all of them, have also been on a completely different path than you, energetically speaking. It's like they have a completely different belief system. These are people that may say that they believe in God, but their actions and the way they live their life speak of something completely different. These are people that are incredibly delusional. Most of these people would rather die before they are made to look at themselves in the mirror and have a come to Jesus moment, which is something that all of us have to do. And yes, it's very painful, but there's no other way. These people are cowards. They can't even face themselves. Very self-centered energy I'm picking up here. And I'm also getting more indications around some sort of home-life balance with this Queen of Pentacles at the solar plexus. Your environment. What do we have at the heart? There it is again. Furfur, war and strife, right? That Ten of Cups and its negative polarity, we have it twice now on the table. Community, family, marriages, friends, it's all here and it's here twice. War and strife. These people are warring you. They want you in strife. They don't want you stepping into this star energy at the heart. They don't want you stepping into this King of Pentacles energy, Lahia, obedience, right? This is what it takes to get here. Obedience, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with the King of Pentacles. You've taken leadership over your life. This is also an energy of abundance. It's an energy of discipline. You understand this. And this is you in your highest vibration, Cap. King of Pentacles, that's your energy right there. Full alignment. And it's like you're looking back. You're like, I can't believe you. I knew that I could always pull this off, and you've kept me from this. You made me believe your lies. You used me as narcissistic supply. You've been gaslighting me my entire life, making me feel like I'm going crazy. Why couldn't you just support me? And then you could have come with me. What do we have at the throat, please? The Tower again. So we have it twice now. So these are all negative polarities, demons. These cards are positive polarities, angels. So as you can see here, the first negative polarity card we have out here is the Tower in its negative polarity. And then we have the Tower again here in its positive polarity. So they can't hold back the full force of the divine. This is you getting the memo. This destruction being brought to this false foundation. The divine backing you up, aids in transformation. And this right here is the byproduct of this Nine of Wands at the throat, you creating these boundaries. The divine seeing that you're serious about self-empowering and putting yourself first. So here they come, the Tower. We got your back, Cap. And as you can see here, this cherub does not look happy. He's holding a little note in his hand, right? Which I feel is speaking further on what I said here. You mean you knew that this was all a part of my path, and you tried to hide this from me? Which is making me feel like it's family. A very general example of what I'm picking up here. Say when you were a baby, your family took you to a psychic or some sort of spiritualist, and they were told that you were going to grow up to do great things, that you were going to be very successful, that you were going to do this, that, and the other. Instead of nurturing, supporting, and protecting you on this path to be able to achieve that, they kept it from you and said, oh no, we can't have that happen. This is exactly what I'm picking up here. What do we have at the third eye, please? A lot of you feel alone, Cap, because of this, and I totally get it. I've been through this. But you have to know, okay, that you have a whole battalion of spirit guides protecting you on the etheric plane. You are never alone. And if you ever feel that way, just take it to God. Pray, meditate. You'll feel instantly better. The Sun, Leo energy, Mihael, the vivifying God, restoration of life, protection from adversaries. I just heard no weapons that form against you shall prosper, and this is because you're stepping on path. When you're on path, you are protected. When you're not on path, obviously, these energies are having their way with you. So the weapons they form against you are prospering because you're not self-empowering. There's so much destruction in this energy here. With these two towers, the tower is the most violent card in the tarot, and we have it twice. Mars, Scorpio, Aries energy. It's energy of war. What do we have at the crown to close this out for my caps, please? Oh, a perfect card to follow what I just said here about you being protected, you having a battalion of spirit guides on the etheric plane, watching over you, surrounding you at all times. And who did we get? Archangel Michael. Stepping over this beast, the chariot, who is like God, perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. Cap, you literally have the divine on speed dial. You just need to pray. You just need to meditate. You just need to call on God. Nurture this relationship with God. This has been coming up in the readings a lot lately, about us having a really close personal relationship with God, not surrounding all the things we want in our life, but just talk to God. Everything else just seems to fall in place when you can do that. The things that you do need in your life become byproducts of this relationship that you have with God, the divine, and source. You have clear access here to that space, Cap, so I highly encourage you to use it. Cap, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video, and thank you for your donations, Cap. Take care.